So the first season of Nationals baseball here in MLB 22, the show franchise mode, is over. And I mean, we didn't do great. We lost like 98 games in the regular season. Wasn't our best year. And in the World Series, the Dodgers beat the Yankees. We don't care about that because honestly, I think we're going to be in that point in maybe 3 years. I think we're a little bit away, but in this offseason, we're going to look to improve this team, develop some of our young prospects, and hope to build for the future. So the Dodgers, of course, beat the Yankees in 5 in the World Series. The Phillies somehow get to the NLCS and take the Dodgers to 7. Your NL MVP was Fernando Tatis, beating out Freddie Freeman and Ronald Acuna for those honors. And then in the AL, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. beat both Yordan Alvarez and Mike Trout as the other two finalists to take home his first MVP award. Jose Barrios is the Cy Young, beating out Ohtani and Garrett Cole. So congratulations to Barrios for winning his first Cy Young. And then Walker Buehler beats both Trevor Bauer and Corbin Burns as the other two finalists, the two previous winners in Burns and Bauer. So Buehler is the Cy Young. Tatis wins the batting title for the NL. Luis Robert wins it for the AL, batting .326 for the White Sox. And that's about it. Alek Manoah, by the way, wins Rookie of the Year for the AL. So going through the team, starting pitching, Steven Strasburg. ERA of 4.39 wasn't great. We haven't seen that Strasburg, the good Strasburg, really since Game 6 of the World Series. Obviously, he'll stay in the rotation. Patrick Corbin actually pitched pretty well last season, like 3.88 ERA. I was expecting a lot worse out of Corbin, if I'm being real. And then Josiah Gray at the 3.28 ERA, pretty good as well. And folks, if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more MLB 22 The Show here on the channel. Chris Archer's not sticking around. He was a one-year replacement, really, or just a one-year deal. Bring him in, get him some innings. Aaron Sanchez, more of the same. Mason Thompson will move officially to the bullpen next season. Edward Cabrera is a guy that might be in the starting rotation next year. I don't know. I kind of want to develop him a little bit more, but I think he's more MLB ready than Jackson Rutledge right now and Cade Cavalli. I don't want to rush Cavalli and Rutledge. I think Cabrera's a guy, of course, who just pitched for the Marlins a couple years ago, a little bit in the regular season. I think he's more MLB ready than the other two right now. Cabrera had a good year. He got traded, of course, the deadline alongside Alex Reyes for the Nats. ERA of 3.26 for him. Reyes 3.06. I think Alex Reyes is going to be a very good relief pitcher for us for a very long time. Excited to have him with the Nats. Luis Avilan was never in the pros last year. I'll probably bring him up next year if we do decide to re-sign him. Andres Munoz, we got in the Gerardo Parra trade. He was just bad, but he's young, so that's all right. Steve Cishek, probably his one and only season with the Washington Nationals, ERA of 4.2. Same can be said about Jace Fry, ERA of 8. Yeah, see you later. Jordan Weems never got to the majors last year. Austin Voth was like somewhat all-star level last year, so he'll be back, even though he's got deep potential, but still, ERA of 2.74 was really good. Hunter Harvey never got to see the majors last year. I'll try to bring him up next year. Tanner Rainey was decent in his few appearances in the majors last year as well, so maybe he'll come back. Andres Machado never got up to major league level. Same about Baldonado. Then Joan Adone never got up to the majors as well. He's pitching for the Nats tonight in just a couple of minutes, actually, to when I'm recording this against the Mets. Hopefully we're winning by the time this video is posted. Maybe we're not, probably not, because yeah, I mean, last night was tough for the Nationals. Anyways, Kyle Finnegan was an all-star this season. He was one of the best closers in the game. That's all I can say. 2.55 ERA. He is sticking around. I want him to be the closer next season. Sam Clay sucks. Sorry, he just does. All right, cool. On to the position players. Keibert Ruiz, he got sent down to AAA halfway through the year. He will officially be in the major league level for the entire year next year. He's got to turn it around, though, because I mean, batting 180 last season was horrible. That's why he got sent down in the first place, but he went down to AAA, batted 450. I'm expecting big things out of him next season. Trace Barrera is probably going to end up in AAA a lot next season because Riley Adams should be the backup catcher. I think so. Even though Adams batted 208, he was really nice when we were playing with him, when we were hitting with him in games. So I like Adams to be up in the pros next season. Josh Bell, serviceable year. Batting 278. He got hurt halfway through the year, still hit 22 home runs. I like Josh Bell. He should be a pretty good guy. It's either hit in the 5 spot or the 4 spot next year. Luis Garcia is going to be the guy at second base for us next season. I know he wasn't great in Sim 230, but I think this guy's got a lot of potential. Only 21 years old. Luis Garcia is going to be a very good ball player. I'm really excited to see his potential with the Washington Nationals. Vidal Brujan's interesting because, I mean, we traded for him halfway through the year. He's 24 years old. He's a switch hitter. I want to get him in the lineup somehow, but he's just not a starting caliber guy right now. He'll probably end up back in AAA. Isan Diaz was up for a little bit. I don't know really what the future holds for him. Darren Baker, of course, the son of Dusty Baker's there as well. Who knows what's the future for him. I'm at third base is Drupal Cabrera. Yeah, he's probably not coming back next season. I might bring him back, but he definitely won't be a starter, maybe a bench bat, because I think Austin Martin's going to be the starter, even though he never played above single A last year. I don't know why he was stuck down in Class A. I kind of want to start him next year, though. Brady House, I'm going to give him one more year. I know he's 75 overall. He batted like 300 last year in AAA. He's only 18. I think he can benefit from one more year of development. I'm going to leave him in AAA next season. We'll look for a shortstop in free agency because I just want to see Brady House one more year down in AAA before I call him up. Adrian Naz is probably not coming back, batted 187. Yeah, we brought back Jody Mercer for a little bit last season. And also, Lucius Fox was pretty good. I mean, I think Fox is a guy who should be back as a utility guy in the Major League squad next year, batted 254. Had a really nice year. I was impressed with what we got out of Lucius Fox. Andrew Stevenson was a starter for most of the year last year. Unfortunately, next year, I don't think he will be a starter. I'll bring him back, obviously, but batting 235, I think Stevenson's better off as a guy coming off the bench. Then Yadiel Hernandez actually played all right in sim, batted 297, but again, he's 34 years old, deep potential. He's a 61 overall. I don't think Yadiel is going to make too much of an impact next season. Lane Thomas is the center fielder of the future. We decided that basically when we traded Victor Robles away and kept Lane Thomas. Thomas is the guy. He batted 243 last year. We're hoping for another big year out of Lane Thomas. Again, we got him for John Lester a couple years ago. Excited to see what the future does hold for him. And then also Jeremy De La Rosa. We're waiting for him in AAA and AA. I don't know. I think he's just kind of Victor Robles 2.0 if I'm being real. Also, as we show Juan Soto and Franmil Reyes, I mean, those two guys are going to be batting 2 and 3 next season anyway. So, I mean, I don't really got much to say about those two guys. They're both great. Christian Vaquero, the phenomenon, or El Fenomeno, whatever his nickname is, for the Nationals. They signed him through the international pool last year from the Dominican Republic. He's now 18 years old in game, so I'm gonna just put him in the game just because he's not actually in, MLB The Show right now. I'm gonna put Christian Vaquero in the game. He'll be a big stud for us. He's the number 2 prospect internationally right now in baseball. He'll be 18 years old. He'll be in our minor league system next season. Be on the lookout for him. I didn't show it in this video because I kind of forgot to right now, but we're gonna put the phenomenon in the game. Also, he's not from the Dominican Republic, he's from Cuba. Yeah, Vaquero is gonna be a star. Just you wait. I'm probably gonna juice his potential just because that guy is gonna be really hyped up. Like a potential, that dude's gonna be a beast. Hopefully, he'll make his way into the Major League squad very soon. And by the way, Albert Pujols makes the Hall of Fame. Verlander retired, no Hall of Fame, and also we had Jose Lobaton apparently in our organization. He retired as well. So on to free agency and to re-signings. I want to bring back Josh Bell, obviously. I mean, I'm a big fan of the leader of the book club. I'm going to try to bring back Josh Bell. I like to bring him back to the team. I gave him a 5-year contract. Other than that, though, I'll try to bring back Asdrubal Cabrera, but there's no promises in this. Cabrera might not even see the majors next season. Sure, okay, I'll bring him in, but that's about it. Archer, nah. Cishek, I think I'll pass. Maybe Luis Avilan, because he never really got a fair shake last year with us. I know he's 33 years old, but still, lefty out the pen and a 72 overall actually isn't the worst. So actually, yeah, I'm going to bring back Luis Avilan. 1-year deal, maybe. He doesn't want any money. Yeah, I mean, if we give Luis Avilan 2 years, 1.7 mil, I'm happy with that. I mean, just a lefty in our organization, in our system, that can be pretty nice for us. These are the guys that we're going to all offer arbitration to. So Soto, Reyes, Cabrera, Thomas, Stevenson, probably not Jace Fry, Austin Voth, and Kyle Finnegan will all receive arbitration. Spoiler alert, we lose arbitration on all these guys except for Juan Soto, but all those guys are back onto the team. And now free agency. Okay, we could bring in Trey Turner, which I would like to do, especially because we do need a shortstop, but I'm looking at a 1-year deal and I'm looking at a guy like Tim Anderson, okay? Something that was kind of proposed for the Nationals in this offseason in real life was them offering Trevor Story or even Carlos Correa a 1-year deal and just seeing what happens with this. I'm just going to do it. 1-year deal, Tim Anderson. I'll try to bring him in. And then, I mean, if everything goes right, then Brady House can take over the year after. So a 1-year deal for Anderson. If we're not playing well this season, we can just move him at the deadline for more prospects. I think that should be our strategy going into this one. And also, Edward Cabrera officially welcomed to the major leagues. We'll see how he plays. I might send him back down, but again, I'd rather have him than Cavalli or Rutledge. And also, I'm going after Sean Manaea. I think Manaea is a guy that I'd really like to have. A big contract for him. He didn't end up getting traded in the game. Obviously, he's on the Padres now in real life, but he was in Oakland last year. Had a pretty good season for them. I'd like to bring the big southpaw over to DC. Him and Corbin would be really nice as 2 lefties in the rotation. And welcome to the district, Tim Anderson. Only $12 million for 1 season for Tim Anderson. I'll take that every damn day of the week. Welcome Tim Anderson to the Washington Nationals. Now, we could offer some of these other guys a deal. I could go out and maybe, let's get Aaron Judge, because we do need another outfielder, because we're not going to be starting Stevenson next season. And oh, by the way, we got Zach Britton. That's pretty cool. He'll be a really nice lefty out the pen, who pitched really well actually last year for the Yankees. He dealt with some injuries, but we have him. We brought back Josh Bell as well. We are in need of another outfielder, though, and I could go in and try to make a big splash, go after a guy like Aaron Judge, but I don't think that's really where we want to go right now. I think we're going to wait till next year's free agency class to do something like that. And so I think we're going to go a little bit smaller in terms of free agency signing. We'll check in just a second here, but officially Austin Martin, I think, will be the starting third baseman for us next season. Still debating on that because I don't know. He just didn't play AA ball for us, which kind of sucks, but we'll see what we do with that. Adam Duvall. I think Duvall is a guy that can come in. He hits for a lot of power. Him, Franram, Bell, Soto, all in the same lineup brings a whole lot of power to this team. Tim Anderson as well. If we can bring in Adam Duvall, that's kind of nasty. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to try to bring him in. He's an 82 overall. Also, Nelson Cruz is a free agent. I never showed it, but I actually brought him in. Okay, because no one signed him. It got to the point it was after, when spring training started. No, by the way, Max Muncy going to the Stros. It was to the point where spring training was started. He didn't have a deal. I signed him for $800,000. Also, wow, Trey Turner to the Yankees. That's disgusting. That one hurts. But yeah, I brought in Nelson Cruz for $800,000 just to be a bench bat. I mean, hell, if we are in need of a home run, we can bring him in. He's still at 30 home runs last season, batting .220. I'll bring him in. Why not? Taylor Rogers, by the way, the closing pitcher, heading on over to the San Francisco Giants. So Cruz is back. What role will he have? It'll be a very minor role. You'll barely see him probably, but we have him back just in case. Enrique Hernandez going to Miami to play for the Marlins, $8 million over 5 years for him, or $8 million a year for 5 years. And then Mike Clevenger gets a big deal from the San Francisco Giants. He'll get $32 million in total over 2 years for him. And then Nathan Eovaldi going over to Minnesota to play for the Twins, 86 overall, 33 years of age for him. He'll be getting $22.4 a year. And you look at Sean Manaea, and now he wants a big deal from the Angels, Rangers, or Yankees. I'm willing to give him another big deal though. Like honestly, I'm willing to go all in for Sean Manaea right now. I think so. Like it's either him or Chris Bassett, but Bassett's 34 years old. I'd rather have Manaea. Kluber, Wade Miley, Zach Greinke, Dallas Keuchel, Eric Fetty's down there. Ugh. Nah, dude. I think we're going after Sean Manaea still. I still want Manaea. I'm willing to pay a little bit extra to get a guy like him and add him to the rotation for the foreseeable future. So yeah, we're going to negotiate again with Sean Manaea. He's only 31 years old. ERA last season of 3.66. He had a pretty good year. I'm going to offer him a bag right now. I mean, yeah, what are we looking at? $14.5 million a year. Back to being his number one offer. Hopefully we land Sean Manaea and add him to the Washington Nationals. 6.5 out of him. And okay, well, okay, nice. Manaea declines the contract. Apparently he wants to go to the Angels. I got nothing. All right, so we move on. We still need another starting pitcher. I think it's going to be Corey Kluber. Not exciting. I mean, okay, we're going to bring in Kluber. He's 36 years old. ERA of 3.71 last season. It's a 1 year, $10 million deal. It continues his trend of being on a team every single year. So he's been on the Indians, the Rangers, the Yankees, and the Rays, and now he'll be on the Nats. And also, Aaron Nola is going away from Philly, even though we hammered him last year. He's going to the Reds. That's okay. So here's the starting rotation for now. It's Strasburg, Corbin, Kluber, Gray, and Cabrera. I'm still debating over Cabrera being the fifth guy, but for now, that's where he'll be. Also, Avisel Garcia for Xander Bogaerts. All right, Bogaerts is heading to the division, going to the Miami Marlins for Avisel Garcia. Okay, interesting trade right there. We move on. JD Martinez is heading over to Cleveland to play for the Cleveland Guardians. He'll be getting a $9.3 million deal over 1 year to go hit for Cleveland, likely DHing for Franmil Reyes, who obviously is now with us. By the way, Wilson Contreras heading on over to the division to play for the Braves. He batted .227 last year. I'm not too concerned about Contreras coming into the division. And also, Joey Gallo, the big power hitting threat, is leaving the New York Yankees. He's going over to play for the Oakland Athletics. A weird move because the A's are never trying to win. And also, Jose Abreu is going to the Astros. So both him and Muncy will be going to Houston in this offseason. And Adam Duvall is no longer interested in our deal. Okay. Did he get a different deal? All right, so the Sox, Rangers, and Guardians are all going after him. I could offer him a big deal, but it doesn't seem like he's too, interested in joining our squad. I mean, we could give him, 12 mil over 2 years. We're still behind the White Sox. We're offering him $2 million less in a deal. So instead, we'll look at a different veteran player in the outfield. I'll look to Andrew McCutchen, the former NL MVP. The guy can still hit. Again, his fielding's not great at this point in his career, but he's 36 years old. A 1 year, $6 million deal for Andrew McCutchen, trying to bring clutch to DC. I still like the deal. He batted .276 last season for the Milwaukee Brewers. And of course, he will accept our contract. And also, we brought in Josh Harrison. Harrison might not even be in the majors next season. I just brought him back because I really like Josh Harrison. Also, Juan Soto. Here it is, folks. The moment you have all been waiting for. Soto is getting a massive deal from the Nationals. 14 years, $350+ million for the chosen one, Juan Soto. 357 over 14 years. That'll be 25.5 a year. Welcome back permanently for basically the rest of his career. Juan Soto is locked in as a Washington National, and here will be your National lineup for now to start the next season. Anderson, Soto, Reyes, Bell, McCutchen, Ruiz, Garcia, Thomas, and Martin. We'll see how it goes. Again, I'm debating about Austin Martin at third base, and then here's the starting rotation. The only one is shaky is, of course, Cabrera, but Strasburg, Corbin, Kluber, Gray, I feel really good about those four. On to the rest of the division. Here's what the Braves have got in store. They still got Albies, Acuna, Olsen, Riley, Swanson. It's still basically the same team for the Braves with the exception of them adding Wilson Contreras. The pitching rotation for the Braves, kind of the same thing. I mean, Fried, Soroka, Anderson, Yanoa, and Charlie Morton. As for the Marlins, they brought in Xander Bogaerts. Now he'll be batting third for this team. Jazz Chisholm still here. Jorge Soler's batting fourth. G-Man Choi, Jesus Sanchez, kind of the same Marlins squad. Their pitching rotation, still really solid, man. Trevor Rogers, Sandy Alcantara, Pablo Lopez, Jameson Taillon added, and then also Sixto Sanchez rounding it out. As for the Mets, Still kind of the same stuff going on in Queens. You got Alonso, you got Davis, you got Escobar, Lindor, McNeil, Marte, kind of the same squad. They added Tucker Barnhart, and here is the pitching rotation, still really nasty. DeGrom, Walker, Scherzer, Peterson, and then Yamamoto, fifth, isn't great. And then as for the Phillies, you got Bryce Harper, you got Castellanos, you got all the power bats here. Schwarber, Hoskins, Bryson Scott's batting second now. That's what they've got going on over in the city of brotherly love. And then pitching rotation, not great. It's just Wheeler and Suarez now with them losing Nola. Gibson's kind of fallen off a cliff, and then Drew Smiley fifth. Not good in the pitching rotation for the Phillies. And folks, that'll do it for episode number 9 of the Washington Nationals franchise mode here on MLB 22 The Show. The offseason, be on the lookout tomorrow for opening day. Should be a fun one, folks. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba forever.